What's going on, guys? It's Tom at Tops and Wrestling. Money in the Bank finished a few hours ago, probably about like 6 hours ago at this point, but I thought I'd make a video talking about not Money in the Bank, but something that's happening on Raw that I'm really excited for. Money in the Bank sure as hell did leave a sour taste in my mouth after that awful ending, which really for a second made me think I'm done with WWE, but I'm just going to keep going, see how AEW is, and I'll have to see when I'll be officially done with WWE. But an infographic appeared on screen during Money in the Bank saying, tomorrow night on Raw, Mick Foley introduces the newest WWE title, which is completely out of left field. I haven't seen any reports about any rumored titles or anything like that, so it's kind of crazy. And because of the fact it's Mick Foley announcing it, it leads me to believe that there's only one title that it could be. You've read it in the title, it has to be the Hardcore Championship. I mean, Mick Foley was known for how hardcore he was. What's interesting enough is that Mick Foley was actually only a one-time Hardcore Champion, but nonetheless, I think the fact that it's Mick Foley coming out, it has to be the Hardcore Championship being announced. But one thing I could actually see is because of how WWE is, TV PG, a Hardcore Championship maybe isn't the most amazing idea, but just renaming it to a belt that's, maybe the 24/7 championship or the WWE Network Championship. Just a championship that's basically the same as the hardcore belt. It's a 24/7 title rule, but not every defense has to be like a hardcore stipulation because of how the limitations there are of PG wrestling. There were rumors about Cruiserweight Tag Team Championships coming in a year or two ago. It could be that, but again, it's the fact that it's Mick Foley. They could have chosen any legend to come in and announce the championship. So the fact that it's Mick Foley really leads me to believe it's something like that. And every fan is getting hyped about it. Everyone on Twitter really believes it's going to be a hardcore championship or a belt similar to the hardcore championship with a 24/7 title rule. And I believe this is best for business. This is a really good idea if it is the hardcore championship, and I give credit to the writers for this. The fact is, the majority of the WWE roster don't even get used. A lot of them don't get on pay-per-views, with a lot of them also not even getting on TV every week. Before Zack Ryder and Kurt Hawkins reunited, Zack Ryder hadn't been on TV on Raw since the shake-up, which is absolutely mental, so ludicrous. And I think introducing a hardcore championship or a 24/7 championship is perfect because you can get the entire roster involved. You can have these short reigns where if people lose the championship after 2 seconds, it ultimately doesn't matter because there's going to be loads of reigns like that. I think it is such a brilliant idea if it is the Hardcore Championship. Like I said, it just gives everything something to do. It also gives the Wildcard Rule a good function to exist, a good reason to exist, because imagine, say, Zack Ryder is the Hardcore Champion and he's a Raw superstar. You could have a Wildcard Rule superstar from SmackDown jump onto Raw for the night and win the Hardcore Championship, so he's able to take over to SmackDown and travel between brands. But I'm sure maybe it'd be like a multi-brand championship anyway, not too sure. But either way, it gives the Wildcard Rule a reason to exist. As well as that, with the WWE Network and the social media age that we are in, there's so much potential with this championship. Like, just imagine, you get a notification on your phone from the WWE app. Breaking news, X has just challenged Y in a match for the Hardcore Championship in a Chuck E. Cheese's. That could happen. As well as this, it also gives you a reason to go to live events. You could be watching Raw and Zack Ryder is the champion, and next week on Raw, someone else is the championship, and the title has changed hands like 20 times over live events. It gives you a reason to go to live events because you can see title changes. And something that's also really important, that especially for me, that I really want to see in WWE is, obviously I said it gives everyone something to do, and that's just not just the men. I mean, the women can get involved in the hardcore division as well. I mean, you saw in the past with the old hardcore championship, with Trish Stratus getting involved and Godfather's Hose winning it. I mean, the women wrestlers can get involved in the hardcore championship, and it could be a good way to slowly help introduce intergender wrestling. I know it's a long shot, but the fact is it could do that. I mean, Nikki Cross would strive in a hardcore division. As well, I think Braun Strowman is so perfect for a 24/7 championship, especially with the fact that he's probably never going to win a world title. The sad reality is, because his character has become pretty stagnant. But you know what? I think him in the 24/7 division would be fitting to his character. And again, Nikki Cross would be so perfect for it. Again, it hasn't been confirmed that it's a Hardcore Championship, but it just has to be, because it's Mick Foley announcing it. I mean, if it is a Hardcore Championship, it's a shame that Dean Ambrose left just like 2 months ago, because my God, he would be so good for that division. He is made for a Hardcore title. But yeah, guys, that's going to do it for this video. If you did enjoy it, then smack that like button. I thank you all for watching this video. I'm really excited for it if it is a Hardcore Championship. It's a good refresher in WWE, can get everyone invested in the mid-card, can make new stars, and I think overall it's going to be pretty cool. So thanks for watching, guys. Goodbye, and keep on rolling.